and welcome everyone. Today we are going to be going through my style evolution starting from just before I started to dress vintage all the way up until now. So it's going to be really fun to take a look back and see how my style has changed and evolved over time. Before we get started, I would like to give a huge shout out to our sponsor today, which is Truly Beauty. I will be reviewing some of their products as we go through the style evolution today. If you're interested in any of the products that I showed today and would like to check it out, there will be a link and coupon code for you down in the description, so you can head right over and check them out for yourself. The first thing that we are going to do before we get started is go wash my face, and I'm going to be using this 24 karat gold black soap face wash that they sent to me. 24 karat gold and black soap are both very popular trends in the skincare community right now, and this soap combines the two of those, creating a super cleansing face wash. This is great for helping getting rid of some texture and any blemishes, as well as helping to keep the skin firm. By the way, I just got my cream shirt in yesterday that I'm wearing. I'm really excited about it. I wanted to get an actual vintage one, but those are very hard to find and are extremely expensive too for a t-shirt, like going for $200. So I just kind of wet down my face. Okay, we are washed off, but my skin feels really good. It doesn't feel super dry either, which is something that I notice can happen with some face cleansers. Alright, let's head back into the bedroom now. So I'm going to start this off by showing a couple pictures from my freshman year, just because that's right before I started dressing vintage. I kind of made the switch the summer after my freshman year of high school. I moved back to Wisconsin after living in Missouri for 3 years, and I had just fallen in love with the Beatles and other British invasion groups. So that was kind of pulling my interest towards the 60s and what sparked my initial love for it all. I have my iPad here. I'm going to be putting it up on the screen for you. This photo is a gem. This is like a classic outfit that I would have worn my freshman year of high school. I would say I was more interested in fashion before I moved to Missouri. Not saying that I like dressed up a lot or anything, but I would say that I like tried to look nice. So this first photo shows me in a typical outfit that I would wear. I think I'm in like my softball jacket or something, some leggings that are tucked into some sparkly Uggs that are knockoffs because I could not afford the real ones. Let's see, I have 2 backpacks on. I don't know, I thought it was funny. And I have my hair parted to the side, classic. I feel like that was just kind of the go-to. And then this next photo shows me a little more dressed up at school. This is like water, something that I'm drinking out of the bag. I'm in my science class, so I thought I was being really funny apparently. But this is kind of like me dressing up in that time, and I'm wearing like a sweater with some sparkles, a nice like black shirt, but that's right before I got into vintage fashion. So before we continue on, let's move on to the next item that we're gonna do. And we are going to use this Blueberry Kush CBD face oil. It has 300 milligrams of CBD and is made from the juice of 1,000 blueberries, so very specific, very cool. I've been loving this too. It's fragrance free, so that's really nice for your face. This helps to detoxify and illuminate your skin and give you a nice healthy glow. Comes in a nice little dropper like this. So there's that. It does really kind of just give you a nice glow, and it's also very lightweight, so I don't feel like I have a bunch of gook on my face. So moving on, now we've moved back to Wisconsin. I'm going to a different school that I went to because I'm originally from Wisconsin. We moved to Missouri for 3 years. It didn't work out there. That's a long story. But anyways, we ended up moving back to Wisconsin and staying in a house that we were renting out, one that we owned, and I ended up going to a different school than I had moved from originally. So I didn't really know anybody. It was a very, very small school. There was like 20 people in my class. So, you know, small farm town kind of life. You can get the vibe. So this is me my sophomore year in this photo. This is me with one of my friends from school, Alice. I'm going to crop her out or something though, because I don't know if these people want to be put up on a YouTube channel with photos from high school, so out of respect for her, I'm gonna be doing that. This, I owned these pants since like 7th grade, and this was definitely just a more casual look that I wore to school. a long sleeve t-shirt. I remember getting this vest and being so in love with it because it kind of gave me like 60s and 70s vibes. I loved these combat boots too. They were my all-time favorite. I think I might have got them at H&M or something like that. H&M and Forever 21 were kind of my two go-to places in high school because they had great vintage styled clothes. And I didn't know about fast fashion, and also I grew up with not a lot of money, so it's not like I could really shop sustainably, and there weren't a lot of thrift stores around me so that I could have that be like my one sole way of getting clothes. That's just a reminder, when people say like shop sustainably, it's for people who can. Like if you have money and you can put it into businesses that are sustainable and ethical, I think it's really important to do so, and I think if you can thrift something or get it secondhand somehow, it's important to as well. But not everybody has that kind of a privilege, being able to do that, so it's just always doing the best you can and knowing that it's really a broken system when it comes down to it, and it's something that really big businesses and corporations are going to have to fix for it to be fixed in society as a whole. So just a reminder, if you do have to shop fast fashion, I think it's just important to not be just overbuying for the heck of it. Keep those pieces for as long as possible, as long as you can, wear them over and over again. Now we're gonna go over to my Instagram, and we'll just go with the first photo that I posted, which is this close-up of these little shorts. I think I got it Forever 21. Looks like I was wearing like a plain white shirt, and I remember being in love with these shorts because they reminded me of like early 60s, also 50s, kind of like nautical kind of little shorts, and I wore them to death. I loved them so much. Okay, now we're gonna move on to this photo, which is a shot of like from above, my details. I had my hair in a bun, a little black scarf that I'm sure I got from my grandma, and then this top, which I actually got from Ragstock, if you know what Ragstock is, but that's where I got this tunic. And I had it forever as well. I think I gave it to my ex-boyfriend before he went back home to Australia. And then I'm wearing that little vest again. I really wore it so much, and I think that I gave it away in a bundle recently, but it was a piece that I loved so much, and it was just perfect for so many situations. Okay, this outfit I remember being so proud of. I took this on the way to school, and I'm wearing those little brown like combat boots again. I'm wearing some over-the-knee socks, which I got from H&M. I'm wearing a dress, which I think I had gotten at American Eagle in 7th grade. I remember it was something that I had for a while, and I was really happy with getting to style it in like a totally new way. I put this top on top, which I either thrifted or it was given to me after a lot of our stuff was burned in a fire and I didn't really have any clothes, so my aunt and cousin gave me a lot of their old items, so this might have been one of their things that they gave over to me. And then I'm wearing this long knit sweater, which was my mom's, and I always went in her closet when I lived at home. It was kind of nice. And then I have some like little round sunglasses on, which I believe I got at H&M too, or Target, and I actually still have them right here. They're little tortoise shell ones. Here they are, really cute. And this was in 2012. So it's been a little bit, like 8 years. Wow, time flies. Okay, this was the first photo that I took, and I was like, I'm not gonna smile in this. I'm gonna try to, you know, have a somber, serious face. And I was super in love with Jane Asher at this time. I had just really started getting into like the Beatles' wives and girlfriends and looking at all of their style, falling in love with Jane and Patty and Maureen, and of course Cynthia as well. Yeah, I was feeling the Jane Asher vibes. I have naturally auburn hair, and you know, I just felt connected to a redheaded sister, so and I see that Jamie Kit, if you guys follow her, I love her so much. She liked this, and she was one of the first accounts that I ever found, and this is when I lived in Wisconsin and she lived back home in, she said she lived on the border of Kentucky or Tennessee, so I can't remember which one she was in specifically, but it's just crazy now that we both live in Chicago and we're friends, we hang out, and we've known each other since 2012. She was one of the first accounts that I found, and I was like, this girl looks exactly like Patty Boyd. She is so beautiful, and I loved her taking her own photos at home, and it was very inspiring to me. So I love you, Jamie, and you're wonderful. Okay, now we're gonna go with this little collage photo that I did here, and I'm wearing a little black button-up dress with a Peter Pan collar, and it has a drop waist that is a little bit pleated if I'm remembering correctly, and I loved this dress. I remember getting it a little bit cheaper at Forever 21 because I think it was missing some buttons that I just went home and sewed some on to replace myself. So I absolutely adored this piece and wore it to pieces. It was very mod, very like, you know, early 60s, mid 60s kind of vibes. Looking at some of the editing in these photos is actually quite humorous. Okay, let's move on to the next item from Truly Beauty before we continue on with the style evaluation. So this is the Blueberry Kush body oil. This also helps to illuminate your skin and hydrates. I love to just kind of put this all over once I get out of the shower. And before I put on that, I also like to use this Blueberry Kush body scrub, which I use in the shower, so I'm not going to show you guys because, you know, it smells really good, kind of like a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher, which is really nice. Again, this has 300 milligrams of CBD and 1,000 blueberries. It also has a vegan collagen in it, so really great for your skin. This helps with nourishing and hydrating and also illuminating. Okay, continuing on with this style evolution, let's see. So as you can tell in the beginning, I'm kind of like trying to add 60s touches. I'm very into mod style, very into the mid 60s, and let's see, this is a fun one because I'm trying out twiggy lashes for one of the very first times, and you know, I would say that it could be a lot worse, so I'm proud of my younger self. You gotta start somewhere, and this is proof. Like, it's all just practice. I never took makeup lessons or thought that I was gonna be like a makeup artist or whatever, and still don't. It's just something fun that I like to do, and that takes practice, you know, if you want to be good at it. So this top that I'm wearing here in this outfit, you can kind of see it's just a striped top, and I don't know where I got the extra fabric. I might have cut it off the bottom or something, but I actually made this little Peter Pan collar on here, and some of you are going to absolutely gag when I say this, but I used fabric glue to glue it down right here and then put a little button right in the center. And I'm not saying that it was the cutest thing ever, but I was happy with it, and I just wanted more things with a Peter Pan collar, so you know, I did what I had to do. So I think that this was the end of my sophomore year. This was taken at the state forensics competition, which forensics is like speech if you are not familiar. Again, gonna blur out or crop out my other group members for this, but we actually won first place at state, so you know, whatever. We did a little skit and it was super fun. But this outfit I remember absolutely being in love with. I think I got this skirt, it had to be H&M, I'm pretty sure. It's just like a regular little circle skirt. It's got this bird pattern all over it now that, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I would not wear that again. I think that it's god awful, but I was happy with it in the moment, and that's all that matters. I also am wearing just this plain black t-shirt. I still have it, except for now I put Ablay House on the back with some iron-on vinyl for shirts. And the top I got at H&M as well. The jacket, I think I got secondhand from my older sister. It's a North Face jacket, and being that it's always freezing in Wisconsin, it served me very well. It's like a fuzzy little purple one, and then I'm just wearing some like fuchsia tights, so this is when I started getting into colored tights as well. Alright, here's that skirt again, that bird skirt. I really loved it, but this time I was going to the dance athletic banquet, I'm pretty sure, because I have a photo here from Facebook. I'm in it as well with the other dance girls. Oh no, this is softball because that's my softball coach. And this top I got from Forever 21, really loved it, just a sheer little like aqua blue with a black collar, which I used so much because I could layer that under things and have the collar pop out. That skirt, some gray tights, thought it was cute. I can't tell what shoes I'm wearing, but I'm guessing I'm wearing this one pair of shoes that I wore all the time, and they were these little white T-strap shoes with a tiny little heel like this big. And they were also something that my aunt and cousin gave to me after we lost a lot of things in a fire. And I loved those shoes so much. They were my first kind of 60s style shoe. Oh, here's that dress again. Yep, the skirt is pleated, and I have some little knee-high socks on that are blue. Still own those, looking at them right now in my little sock bin down there. And you can see a sneak peek of those little T-strap shoes. And I was going to the choir concert, so that's fun. Here's that tunic again from earlier. You can see I really had a couple staple pieces that I wore over and over again, and I think that that's the only way to go if you're building up a wardrobe, unless you can just drop like lots of money on something, but most people can't, and I also couldn't. So I think it's just about, you know, loving your pieces the best you can and in as many ways that you can. I wore a lot of like band t-shirts and leggings or shorts or jeans. I feel like that's a very easy way to kind of start showing your interest in different music or whatever. Here's a picture of me in a yellow submarine shirt, which I'm sure I got from the men's section in Target. Some Galaxy leggings when Galaxy stuff was all the rage, and I was living my best life. Mirror pic. Alright, so this is the summer after my sophomore year. Ooh, I remember getting this shirt at an antique store, and it is like 90s to 70s, but I still own it, and it still is one of my favorites. It's a little button up, it's got a floral print all over it, but it has a great dagger collar, and I absolutely loved this so much. Those glasses I think I probably had gotten at H&M, and the shorts were most likely thrifted that I had cut off into shorts. Alright, here is a shot of my legs, some little socks that I got, I believe at H&M too. I still have these ones as well. They're still a staple for my wardrobe. These shoes I got at Walmart, I believe they were plain white, and I just took Sharpie and I made them look like saddle shoes because I couldn't buy any at the time, but I really, really wanted some, and so these worked fine for a long time. I believe I wore them a lot. They were my kind of go-to comfy little shoes, and they were personalized, so they were also special to me. And then the polka dot dress that I'm wearing I had gotten at Forever 21, I believe, and this is the same dress that I wore on my first day of school to my school that I had moved from Missouri, so I had kept that for a while too. Oh, this is cute. This is my junior year homecoming, and you can kind of see the more 50s inspired, even though this dress could not be 50s at all. It's above the knee. Also like 40s, kind of like with the hairstyle, and also that hat with the little netting around it. I don't have it in one photo, but I have it in the other. For shoes, oh, I remember these. These were kind of like, I think I got these off of ModCloth or something. And then my tights, I remember, had the seam going up the back of the leg, so I felt really, really cute. I think I got this dress from, I think it was ModCloth, actually. I ordered, I think, everything for this dance off of ModCloth besides the hat. I used to love ModCloth so much. I thought that their clothes were so cool, and so being able to buy a dress from them for homecoming was something that was really special to me at that time. Alright, this was my 17th birthday. I have this dress on with like a little pemblem. I remember getting this at H&M as well, and I think I was in the school bathroom when I took this photo. Actually, I remember I was. I had on a little hat, which I'm surprised I didn't get asked to take off while I was at school. Small school things, apparently like a grandma's hat isn't part of the dress code. Oh man, here comes the bleached hair. This was a bad idea. This was my junior year still. My friend Cassie and I decided that we were going to bleach each other's hair at the end of the year, and neither of us knew what we were doing. So this must have been right after junior year finished, because my caption is officially a senior now. I'm wearing that gold little vest again that you saw at the beginning, a light purple shirt that I got from, and then this flower crown which I made myself in true 2014 style. So my senior year I definitely went a lot more casual most of the year because I didn't give a hoot about school at this point. I was like over it. I had taken so many classes my sophomore and junior year trying to finish like all the classes that I could so I wouldn't have to really go to school my senior year. And I did do that, but they were like, in order to graduate you still have to go to school a certain amount of hours, so my plan didn't really work and I ended up still going to school, and the effort was very minimal. But every single Wednesday my friends and I would wear cheetah print. We had like, I don't know how we had so many cheetah print things, but we all decided that we were gonna wear cheetah print, and this is a photo of us in our cheetah print leggings, and I think I'm wearing just like one of my brother's shirts because they were super comfy, and that was the way that we were rolling. This is me at homecoming. This dress I think I got at Francesca's, and I also took my senior pictures in it. Me dancing with my friend Bucky. We're both giving really cute faces. He was homecoming king and I was homecoming queen, so we're being really cute, dancing with each other. I definitely really liked Victoria's Secret pink stuff at this time, just because it was comfy athleisure stuff. I could easily wear it to school and then also to practice, like dance practice after school. So that was kind of the logic behind a lot of that. I didn't like to bring a lot of different clothes. Me kind of playing with some 50s styles again. I'm wearing this top that I got from Pinup Clothing in the Mall of America. I remember going past that store and just being so in love with the beautiful women that would work there, and they had all their like pinup hair and makeup done and just looked like absolute goddesses. So I was beyond excited when I finally had a little bit of money saved up to be able to buy this top, which I still own, but I have it under this like denim button up with polka dots. I think was my mom's too, that I was layering with it. Oh yeah, here's one. This is really cute too. I like this. I had a couple hours between some classes, so I'd go sit in my car and study and be down by the lake. And I remember taking this photo and being down there. This was right before prom because I had my nails all done, and those are actually really cute nails. So the next item that I'm going to show you from Truly Beauty is their Blueberry Kush body lotion. So this is, I've been using, as you can see. I think it's really great for the areas that need a little extra. And again, this is formulated with 300 milligrams of CBD and then 1,000 blueberries, which helps to hydrate and detoxify your skin. The final item that Truly Beauty sent to me is this, which I'm really excited about. It's this Unicorn CBD body butter. This has an amazing whipped texture, and the fragrance is so good. If you're familiar with Truly Beauty's products, this is the same scent as their Unicorn Fruit body butter. And again, it's got 300 milligrams of CBD in it, so it's very soothing on the skin. It also helps with anti-aging, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. I took a photo before I dug my finger into it, or a video, because it was just too pretty to ruin and not show you guys. Thank you to Truly Beauty so much for sponsoring this video. Again, make sure to check out the description if you are planning on getting some of their products, because they do have a discount code for you down there. Again, here I am wearing that tunic that I love so much. I think I have some leggings on and some knee-high boots. Again, one of my mom's sweaters. Some aviator glasses that I think I got maybe thrifting, and I have a necklace around my head. This necklace I still have as well. Okay, so I've graduated now. We are after graduation. Here I am sitting in the grass in these bell-bottom 70s jeans that I thrifted, and I was so excited about them. And then this sweater, which I also thrifted, that was from the 70s, I believe, and it had like a rainbow kind of stripe across the chest and on the arms here. My sister took this picture of me while I was sitting in the grass. Next, I have a photo of me with my friend Cassie, my best friend. Love her so much. And she also thrifted some amazing bell bottoms, which she's wearing in this. And I just felt like the hottest thing since sliced bread with my beautiful friend next to me. She was looking freaking amazing. I felt amazing. We're both in our bell bottoms, and I don't know where we were going, but... Alright, here's some good examples of me kind of being able to expand my wardrobe a little bit more now that I was out of high school and working full-time. I had a little bit extra money to spend on myself since I was still living at home at the time. And I was also going to like a bigger town, which had a lot more thrifting opportunities. So I can tell that I was taking advantage of those, because I've got some new items here that I did not have before beginning working at this office. This button up, which I really liked and I thrifted as well. And again with that leather jacket, it's gotta be my mom's. I don't remember getting that anywhere. Oh, here's one of my first times playing with some really fun makeup, and I did this inspired by that photo of the girl at the Rolling Stones concert. You probably know what I'm talking about. I'll post it up here, but she's got some great, really bold eyeliner on, and that's what this look was inspired by. Alright, this is cute. This is when I started getting into more of like glam rock, and here I have on that orange floral shirt that I showed in an earlier photo. I have like a faux fur jacket on or something, and I had just cut my hair off because I was trying to get rid of the bleached damaged parts that I had done the year earlier. I was really excited about getting this dress. I still have it. It's a vintage one, and I bought this for myself off of Etsy as kind of like a little present to myself because I had just went through a really hard breakup, and so I don't know, I feel like it kind of shows in my style throughout these next upcoming photos, which you might not see, but I can see in my timeline. So yeah, but I still love this dress. I still have it. It's amazing. And I did dye my hair black not too long after this, which you'll see in a second here. I also was getting into more of like an 80s style as well because this is when I started listening to the Ramones and Blondie more. And here's a photo that reflects that. I'm in some jeans that I thrifted, a top that I also thrifted, little jean jacket that I got from Target with some pins that I made for myself. I just like took pins that were regular, took some paper, drew on them and Mod Podged it and then put it on top. And then I'm wearing my Converse, which I loved, loved, loved. Yeah, so it's 2016, so it had been 4 years since I began dressing vintage at this point. Ooh, these boots were actually like slouchy, kind of more 80s styled boots, but I got some embroidered flowers and stuck those to the side and cut them up and put grommets all going down the side so that they were more of a lace-up boot, and made them into more of like a 60s penny lane kind of a style thing. Since I couldn't buy my own, I decided that I would just make some out of what I already had. And those are that. And this is another tunic that I got from Ragstock that I still own to this very day, and I still wear it. Here's me on my lunch break. I had gotten this dress and this vest, which I still own both, from that vintage store that I was telling you about where I got those striped pants as well. I think I went there twice, and I got this vest and dress together, and then I had gotten the pants on a separate occasion. But I still really, really love this dress. It's one of my favorite items that I own. It has pockets, and it's just this beautiful prairie style 70s dress. And then the vest is also something that I wear all the time, and it's the same vest that I use to help kind of shape my patchwork vest that I did in my last video. Alright, so I'd say I'm kind of going a little more towards what I currently do, where it's like a good mix of things. I'd say I have a good mix of more 70s kind of styles. It's not just straight up 60s, which I feel more true to. I feel more like early 70s, late 60s kind of a gal. And I think that's what I'm going for. You can kind of see that here too, wearing that same red vest that I got from the vintage store. It was Lula Vintage in Minneapolis or St. Paul, one of the two. Alright, we had just moved back to Missouri, and I lived there for like 3 months. So I'm originally from Wisconsin, and then when I was going into 7th grade, we moved to Missouri for 3 years, then we moved back sophomore year through like 2016 of November, and then we moved to Missouri again, and I stayed there for 3 months, and then I moved to Chicago. So that's kind of the timeline anyways that we're dealing with. So I'm back in Missouri anyways for those 3 months. I have this big fluffy jacket on, which I still own and use a lot. It's from TJ Maxx, and it's one of my favorites. It's really cute. I have a little velvet vintage hat on that I believe I got at a antique store then as well. Some over-the-knee socks, which I had gotten from Forever 21 way back a long time ago, still own. And these shoes, which were also from Forever 21, and I still own these, and I've painted them like 3 or 4 times to look different. They're finally kind of needing to be retired. I have them held together with safety pins. Alright, here's a cute outfit that kind of reminds me something more of what I would wear now, and it's because I definitely would wear it now. I still have the little shorts that I'm wearing in these. These I got from H&M and I got them for $10 and I still wear them all the time. They're my favorite shorts ever just because they're classic little black high-waisted hot pants, and I have them worn with this silky patterned 80s top, but it reminded me of like a 60s psychedelic top to a T. I could only tell that it was from the 80s because of the tag. And then I have that red vest layered on top, my hat from Target, some big sunglasses that were also probably from Target or from my mom, my mom's boots, and then some black tights. And this is like a classic modern Devyn outfit even. Alright, this is me in 2018 in the Netherlands, February too, so freshly 2018. Andrew was on tour and I got to tag along with him for some of the time, which was really fun. And I'm just wearing like a button-up top that I got thrifting with a little mini skirt that I also got thrifting, a scarf that I got thrifting, some shoes that I also got thrifting and wore so much. I actually colored in the heel black on these too because they had gotten really dirty, and I just used a Sharpie to kind of cover up that fact because I didn't have money to get new ones and I loved them so much I wasn't ready to part with them. And then I just have some like grayish kind of tights on. This photo was taken in Nashville and I'm wearing a vintage dress that my friend gave to me again, along with that purse too, actually, the same friend from Texas. Shout out to you, Randy. Then this is a photo of me that Andrew took as I'm swinging from a tree. This kind of shows more of the Americana, like, prairie vibes that I also like to incorporate into my style, a little folk-ish. So I'm wearing some white tights, those little white shoes again that you saw that I had colored the heels in. This top that I thrifted, a purse that also my friend Randy gave to me, and then this hat that I thrifted, and I love this hat so much. It's pretty beaten up now, but I still wear it pretty often. This photo Andrew's sister Elizabeth took of me when we were downtown shopping in Chicago, and this dress was a gift as well. I have so many amazing friends who really helped me build up a vintage wardrobe, so big thanks to them. She gave me this dress and the sunglasses as well, so thank you, Eleanor. And then these earrings were gifted to me and I loved them so much. I can't really wear them anymore because I'm not willing to put myself through the pain of having them hang from my ears because they are heavy. The socks you had seen before me wearing in high school, got them for Forever 21. And then those shoes I actually bought at the vintage store that I would end up working at maybe a year from when this was taken. This photo again shows those Americana prairie vibes that I was talking about. These shoes I also got from the theater that I got the same dress at from before, and they are early 1900s shoes, I believe. I have them put away now because I don't want to wear them and destroy them more, but I did wear them a couple times and I think they're really cool. And then I have this denim skirt that I thrifted. It's very much country vibes. It's got a little denim ruffle all along the bottom. It came with this belt with some little concho details, and then this top that I got at H&M also in high school. I wore this a lot with a cover-up that Andrew's parents gave to me, that hat that I was wearing swinging from the tree that I thrifted. And I'm pictured here with Jim Post. If you don't know who that is, you should look him up. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, he just walks around Galena sometimes and you get to run into him, so that's what happened there. This next photo was taken on a fun night out, miss these days, with my friends Ashley and Kristen and Olivia. And in this photo I'm wearing a dress that I got when I was in high school actually, and it looks great. I'm wearing some black tights and I'm wearing those platform sandals that I had said I got from Forever 21 and painted like 3 times. This is a prime example of one of those times that I painted them. I painted the straps black and then the bottoms I did like a clear coat and covered with gold glitter and then covered again with a clear coat. So they're kind of disco-like. The next photo is right after I decided to take some scissors to my hair and do a little bit of a Stevie Nicks chop. I definitely had to get a shag. The Stevie shag was calling to me and I just decided to do that. I'm in my romper that I got when I modeled for Miracle Eye first time as part of the thank you for doing that. And then these boots I got at a yard sale in my hometown when I went back to visit. The lady was selling them for $15, and I asked her if I could take them for $10 instead because they did need some work on them, and she said that was perfectly fine, so I got them for a really great deal. And then this next photo, I am wearing one of my all-time favorite dresses that I got from kind of like a Buffalo Exchange in St. Louis called Avalon. It's kind of like the same concept where people bring in clothes and they will, you know, buy your clothes off of you if they like them. So I got this little vintage dress for like $9. It's black and it has all this gold and silver Lorex throughout it, and then it has this coin detail up at the neckline and around each wrist cuff, which is just like, I love. This is right up my alley. I love the black and I love the gold. Those are my two favorite colors like combined. And I love little coins, like the little details, just kind of adds an eclectic feel to it and a little like old world-ish. The next photo is a photo that Andrew took of me after seeing some of my friends play their show. I'm wearing a hat that I customized. I got the hat, I think, thrifting, and then I went and bought these fake flowers and I glued them on because I wanted a hat inspired by Bob Dylan's Rolling Thunder Revue, if you're familiar with that. Really great. You should watch the documentary on that because so cool. I love the aesthetics of that entire tour and just like the idea of having a bunch of different really talented artists and musicians kind of come along for this kind of a thing. That's actually my dream. So yeah, I'm wearing a little top that is actually like meant for kids. It's a cover up kind of a thing, but it fit really nicely and I liked it just as a blouse on its own. It has two little buttons here. It's velvet. It has a little ruffle at the end of the sleeve. I'm wearing a black slip skirt with a slit up the side, along with a like hip kind of scarf that I got from my friend who sells vintage. And then the shoes were sent to me by Swedish Has-Been. You can see I'm really getting into my own style, like kind of more of what I'm into nowadays in these last few photos, with the heavy fabrics and the dark, rich colors. So in this I'm wearing some corduroy low-rise pants that lace up in the front. I got thrifting. I got the vest thrifting as well, and it's all fringy, and I didn't have a top on under that. I just tied the vest closed with the fringe. I'm wearing my signature armband, which I also got from the woman who's having the yard sale in my hometown where I got those boots. And then I'm wearing some Swedish Has-Been boots as well that they sent to me, and they were kind of like a cool red pop of color, and I liked that they were platforms. The next photo is me with my friend Courtney, and this is again like a fine example of how I like to dress now. And I'm wearing this ruffly shirt that I thrifted. Lots of like Victorian kind of vibes coming from this, and I have it paired with these leather pants that are from the 90s. They're baby, so like 90s 2000s I would say, but they have these cool leather stitching details up the side. Love those so much. And then I have on this necklace, which I had around my head in one of the first photos that I showed you all. This next photo, I was going out with the knee highs, and you can see I'm getting into my armband trend, which I am super into now. This one I also thrifted. This dress I thrifted too. It's just a leather black dress, classic. The belt I thrifted. I pretty much thrift everything, really. This is one of the first times that I'm wearing it down around my hips, like I love to do all the time now. It's like my favorite thing to do. And then we're jumping into spring, where I'm trying to use a little more springtime colors here. I also started playing around with makeup more now because it was quarantine. I was stuck inside like all the time, like everybody else was, and I decided to take some of that extra time that I had and play around with some fun colored eyeshadow that I luckily had just bought right before quarantine began. So I'm wearing this jacket that I thrifted, but it says H&M in it. Green turtleneck that I also thrifted. A little green dress underneath, which I have layered. It's a slip dress over the turtleneck, and my friend Cassie actually gave that to me. And then I have on this cream beret, where did I get that? I don't really remember where I got the cream one, to be honest. Okay, the next outfit, you can't really see the makeup so much, but this, I remember I was going to band practice. I have on these boots that I won from eBay, and I was really excited about them because Black boots are my go-to shoes, and I had some really nice ones from the 90s that I'd wear every single day until they were finally on their last legs, and now I've repainted them and given them a new life, but I needed a new pair of everyday black boots. So I found these actually like true vintage 60s ones. I have on some rust tights, which I got at H&M forever ago, and they are just something that I wear all the time. Here's a tunic that I got from Ragstock, and it was shown in an earlier photo. And here's where I'm really beginning to play around with more layering, which I've been loving to do recently, just really trying to layer things in a new way and really push myself to try and find new ways to style things. So I have this layered over top of this lacy button-up top, and then I also have those little black shorts from H&M under this as well, just for some security because the slits on the tunic go up pretty high. And then some necklaces layered, which I love to do, and I think kind of just adds a great touch to an outfit. So this next one, I'm wearing my favorite vintage vest again that I got when I was working in the Twin Cities. You've seen it a million times in this video. I thrifted this leather skirt, which I absolutely love, and I decided to tie a scarf around my leg here because I felt like it needed a little something, but it didn't look right around my neck for this outfit or in my hair either, so the leg it was. And I'm wearing those black boots again too. Big surprise, I know. The next photo, I am wearing some leather shorts. I'm really into leather, not new leather, because you know we love animals, but vintage or thrifted. These shorts actually were given to me by my friend Lizzie. I love them and I love her, so Lizzie, if you're watching this, shout out to you. She also has a YouTube channel, so you guys should check that out, Vintage Glamour Mama. I'll just link her down in the description. But I'm wearing one of my all-time favorite shirts as well, another item that I got from that yard sale from the lady in my hometown, and it's just a Harley Davidson shirt. And then I'm wearing my dad's old leather jacket from when he used to ride motorcycle, just over my shoulders, and again the black boots. This next one, I am wearing a vintage vest that I thrifted, and I was really excited to find this because it like laces up the front and it's super cool. I have those black pants on again that I showed in the photo with my friend Courtney. This time you can see that they are a low waist, they do lace up the front, and I've got a big belt on that was sent to me around my hips, and I have those black boots on again even. Next up, I'm wearing these little capris that I thrifted, and I really like these paired with some like knee-high boots. Granny Takes a Trip vibes. And then the belt I thrifted, it's just a gold square belt buckle. Top I thrifted. I like to wear them with like the bottom ones a little bit unbuttoned to show the belt buckle instead of tucking it in all the time. And then I have a feather in my hair, which was inspired by Miss Christine of the GTOs. Next outfit, I'm actually wearing that leather vest again. This time I have it layered over top of a shirt which I thrifted. This top is from the 90s. It's like a wrap top, but I love the colors. It's jewel tone, it's kind of got a psychedelic pattern to it, and if you could see it without the vest on, it is very low cut, it wraps around, and then the sleeves have slits down the side, which you can kind of tell from this photo. And then I'm wearing some leather little shorts as well, which kind of made the outfit look like a leather romper of sorts. And then the last photo is me in the outfit that I made, and this really represents my style now. I love a hodgepodge of crazy GTO groupie 60s freak style mixed with some early 70s kind of glam and rock and roll, and basically just anything that I like. I try not to put myself into a hole really when it comes to style, because I just wear what I like and I like what I like, and you know, there's really not too much to look into it with that. I kind of always hope to be evolving with my style as well. I feel like it'd be really boring if I ended up just staying the same all the time, and what's the fun in that? I always get super uninspired, and I can tell when I need to start changing something up. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was fun to kind of see the style evolution and how you can change and you can collect over time, and don't feel rushed to have like a bunch of stuff at first if you're starting your vintage collection, because it's really impossible unless you have a ton of money to just throw at it, which most people don't, and it's really not that's not even the fun way to go about it. If you can get everything at once, it kind of just takes out all of the fun of the hunt and building up over time and collecting. So don't rush, enjoy it. Just try to find things that you can wear in many different ways and be creative with your items, and mostly just dress how you feel best represents you. Don't feel like you need to fit in a hole of something or be a certain way to do certain things or be a part of the 60s and 70s community, because when it comes to the end of the day, there's so many different styles in the 60s and 70s. The vintage community altogether isn't even just 60s and 70s. Vintage community would include anybody who likes vintage, because a community is just a group of people who have like a common interest or something, and the vintage community, everybody just has a common interest of vintage, whether that be music, fashion. Okay, my other phone just died again as I'm filming the outro, so I'm just going to finish it on my actual phone here. And yeah, but I was just saying, like, don't feel like you need to be put into a hole. Don't feel like you need to dress one specific way to be a part of the community or something, because there are so many different styles within the 60s and 70s alone, and the 60s and 70s isn't even the vintage community. The vintage community ranges all the way back from, you know, whenever you have vintage clothes from, up until, you know, the most modern stuff, which I guess is like early 2000s now. It is considered vintage, so I don't know, I like it. I like to just see other people trying out different styles and doing their own thing. I think it's inspiring, and it's way cooler than having everybody look the same and do the same thing. So do your own thing, do you, have fun with it, experiment. Don't be afraid to try out new things, because that's how you learn what you like and what you don't like. And I love you guys. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Whatever you're doing, remember to check out the description if you want to check out Truly Beauty. A huge thanks to them for sponsoring this video. It makes my life so much easier and really helps me to create this content for you guys. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. You scared the shit out of me!